everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today is very exciting. I'm trying out Jeffree Star makeup for the first time. Now I have a confession to make. Every single time people ask me about YouTubers and makeup brands, I always tell them I am the biggest fan of Jeffree Star. I will watch any Jeffree Star video no matter what he makes it on, which is true. I'm literally in love with him. I think his videos are amazing. I live for his snaps every day. I love Jeffree Star, but I have never tried any of his makeup before. Not that I have anything against his makeup or anything, it's just I'm broke, to be honest, and I haven't really gotten around to it. But for Christmas, I picked out some makeup items and my parents got them for me for Christmas, which I'm so grateful and so excited for. So we are going to try them. I have the Alien palette, a Skin Frost, and 2 lip products, and we're going to be trying out all 4 of those items. I am going to be completely honest with my opinion because it's not like Jeffree is going to be watching this, or even if he was, I would still be completely honest. It's not like he's going to be affected by one bad review, but I don't even know if this is going to be a bad review. I'm just trying it out. So here is what the box looks like. It's very pink. I really love how all out he goes on his packaging, even not even just his product. So when you open it up, all the stuff that was from the Alien collection was wrapped in this beautiful lime green tissue paper, and then the Skin Frost that I got that wasn't a part of the Alien collection came in this gold wrapping paper, and I think it is so cute and just really fun. Now the only negative thing that I have to say so far is that the shipping took a long time. It didn't really affect me because I had to wait till Christmas to open these anyways, but just be aware of that. I know they have a lot of orders that they need to get out, so I understand it. It's just that the shipping does take a while. Following Jeffree on his Snapchat and seeing him talk about it has been really comforting throughout the buying process, but the shipping does take a while. Alright, so I do have the lovely Alien palette that I cannot wait to try out, and 2 beautiful lip things, but before I try the palette out, we're going to be trying out the Skin Frost first, just because if there is any fallout in the palette, I don't want it to be affected by my first impressions of what this highlighter is all about. I got the shade Sarcophagus just because I didn't really know a ton about the shade range, but this seems to be one that he talked about a lot, and it looked like a good color for my skin. The first thing I noticed when I take the highlighter out of the packaging is how big it is. It's literally bigger than the palm of my hand. I really like it. It can be a little bit of a storing issue, but I really hope I like this because right now the highlighter that I use every single day is Becca's Opal, and I'm running out of that, so I hope this is a nice blinding highlight. You open it up, it comes with a really big mirror, and I don't want to blind you guys. Here is Sarcophagus in the pan. I haven't really looked at it. I've been waiting for this video, but it comes with a nice star emblem pressed into the powder, and it looks really nice. The shade's like a light gold color is the best I can describe it, but I'm going to go ahead and swatch it before we put it on my face. Okay, so when I'm touching it, it's kind of like spongy, like it kind of bounces back a little bit, and I wasn't expecting this. I was expecting kind of a harder powder, but this is really soft and really creamy. It feels really nice. So here's what it looks like swatched on my finger. I picked up a ton of product. I didn't even know I was gonna pick all of that up, and then swatch on my hand. Holy smokes, will you take a look at that? You can see that I picked up a lot more than I was supposed to, and it is really pigmented swatch. Wow, I'm just like looking at this on my hand. This is so beautiful so far. I really hope it picks up well on the brush. So I did clean all of my brushes for the video, but the highlighting brush I use every day is the e.l.f. highlighting brush. It is really nice, and it's only like $1 or $2, which is so nice. So I'm just going to tap a little bit with my brush, and it is falling out a little bit, and holy smokes, a ton of product went onto the brush. You can already see how much product went onto the brush, and I'm going to zoom into my face. Alright, we are very scarily zoomed in, but you can see how much product was picked up by just the 2 light little taps, and we are going to tap the excess off. Oh, you can see a lot of that powder went off, and only a little bit was left on the brush, but that's still a lot. So we're gonna go down the nose and on to the cheekbones. Holy smoke, do you see that? I'm starting to think that I picked up way too much product on my brush. You can see there's so much, and I'm just gonna turn down the YouTube lighting just so you can see what it actually like looks like in regular lighting. You can see without the YouTube light, it is still very, very blinding, and it's a lot of product, and I'm very, very pleasantly surprised with how this look turned out, because I was afraid that this maybe wouldn't be as blinding as he always says that they are on his channel. But oh my god, like I barely tapped with this brush, and usually other highlights I'm digging in to get this effect of like how blinding it is, but I tapped like 2 times, and that was 2 times too much. I should have just tapped once, and even like taking the excess off on the brush, it still showed up so heavily. Like, oh my gosh. So just to give you a reference real fast, this comes with 15 grams of product, and the Becca Opal highlighter, which I use all the time for almost a year daily, and I'm just now running out, has 8 grams of product in it. So this is almost double. This highlighter will last you a very long time. Okay, moving on to what everybody has probably been waiting for. I am going to try out the Alien palette for the first time. Now, I have not looked inside of this palette yet because I have been waiting to film this video, so you are going to get my first initial reaction. So here is what the palette looks like. As you can tell, it is very big, like bigger than my head. It's really cool. I don't own a palette in a shape like this at all, or any sort of like weird shape like this, and I do not own a palette that is this big and bulky. Probably, like, I have big and bulky palettes, but this is just such a weird shape. It's going to be pretty difficult to store. But I really like that he is trying different things, and I think it's so cool. Be creative and do whatever you want. This packaging, like, it feels so nice. The eyes are like actually 3D. The font is really cool, and it really fits with the whole alien theme. So we're gonna open this up and see what it looks like. I'm going to open it up right now. Wow, okay. I was not expecting it to look like this. Here's what it looks like. You've probably seen it a million times. Here is what it looks like up close. As you can see, it is a pretty gorgeous palette. I'm going to do swatches in a minute, but it is so reflective. Like, you could see my lighting. That is insane. It comes with a pretty nice sized mirror. It's not a huge mirror, but it's in the shape of an alien head. Anyway, back to the colors. I'm gonna do swatches, I promise you, but just looking at it, I do not own anything like this. Like, even the greens in here are very unique. I would say maybe if I had a green, it would be in the same shade as Alien. I really don't have anything like this at all. Like, it is a very weird palette. I kind of understand the name now a little bit better. I'm looking at it like on camera and on his videos, it didn't seem that out there, like the color selection and stuff, but in person, like, I promise you, it's definitely unique, and I do not think that there's another palette like this out there. Alright, so I finally positioned it where I feel like it's not annoying you too much, where you can see my ring light. What you're seeing on camera is pretty close to what it looks like in person. Alright, so I'm going to do swatches. I'm going to go across the palette like this. So just touching the shadow Pluto with my hand. Oh, that's pigmented. It feels exactly like the highlighter, the Skin Frost that we just tried. We have Pluto, Titan, Alien, and Interstellar. These all felt really nice and soft, and I really like the way that these colors look. I can tell that I can do a lot with these, and none of them are super out there except for Alien. Okay guys, get ready. This next row is pigmented. Okay, so here is the next row. Starting from the green, we have Abduction, UFO, Gravity, and Martian Soil. I love these colors. This like metallic gold green is so pigmented. I'm definitely using that today. So here is the third row. Starting from the matte green, we have Flying Saucer, Phone Home, Moon Rock, and X-Files. Now, I could tell with this row, the formula wasn't quite the same with the other matte compared to Flying Saucer, and that's just how it felt. The green felt a little bit harder, and I think maybe that's because the greens like that are harder to formulate. But whatever he did with this green, the color payoff showed up pretty nicely, and I think on the eyes it'll look really beautiful. Alright, here's the next row. This is Ghost OG, Area 51, and Space Cowboy over here. As you can see, these swatches aren't as good as the other one, and again, the purple one, Area 51, felt harder, like Flying Saucer, and that's just because I think it's harder to formulate and make it as good as he wanted. I'm going to swatch the last two rows together since it's only 3 shades in total. Alright, we have Probe, Tall Gray, and Black Hole. First thing I want to say, the black is very, very black. Other brands make blacks that aren't as matte or pigmented or dark, and this one really is the real thing. This shade, I love shades like this. Alright, so now that we are done with swatches, I am going to go ahead and try it on my eyes, and we'll see what the real tea is. So I'm going to prime my eyes with a little bit of the Urban Decay Primer Potion. It's not my favorite, but I know this is very universally used, so that's why I'm using it. Put a little bit of it on my eyes, going all the way up to the brow bone. The reason why I don't like this primer that much is because it isn't as sticky as some of my other primers, and I love the sticky, like tackier primers because I don't know, I just feel like they work a little bit better. I did clean all of my brushes last night, so all the color that you're going to be seeing on my eyes is really just this palette. Alright, so the first color that I'm going to use is the shade Titan right here. It's just like this matte cream color. Holy fallout. As you can see, I'm just tapping a little bit, and there is quite a bit of fallout in the pan. Nothing a little below won't take care of, so I'm going to tap the excess off. A lot came off. I'll show you with the next shade, and I'm just going to be putting it right underneath the brow bone, and you can see color payoff. It is definitely not an invisible shadow shade, which I really do appreciate. Tap the excess off. I want you to see how much comes off. You see that? Alright, next I'm going to be taking the shade Gravity and put it in my crease. So it is a pretty pigmented shade for a light matte. Again, the only issue that I'm sensing with this palette is there's kind of a lot of fallout. Alright, the next shade that I've been dying to try out is Martian Soil right here, and I am going to concentrate this along the outer crease area. Ooh, I kind of like this shade. I like how it's showing up on camera, and you can see the clear contrast between the two colors. So I actually ended up concentrating this on my outer crease and the outer lid, and I really like how it looks so far. Now, just so I can try some more colors, I'm going to take Phone Home just a little bit and darken up the outer crease just a tad. So I'm going to take UFO on a brush. I don't usually apply shimmers with the brush because I always find applying it with my hand works a ton better, but for the sake of this video, I'm going to be trying it out. Let's see if the glitter has any fallout. Yes, it has a ton. It started to run into Phone Home, which is the shade below it, and I'm just going to apply that on the lid. Okay, that is pretty pigmented with just a dry brush. Holy smokes. Okay guys, I am so shocked and so pleasantly surprised by how well this had just applied with a brush. Like, I'm not even gonna try applying it with my fingers because this honestly exceeded everything I thought it would exceed. Like, look at how well that applied with just using a little bit on a brush, and it is really gorgeous. It looks very green rather than gold. I think that's kind of what he was going for. When you look at this eye look, you can definitely tell that it had some green in it. So usually this would kind of be it for a look for me, but because I want to try out some more shades, I am going to take Abduction and Flying Saucer. I want to try both of them, especially Flying Saucer because it did have a patchier texture. So I took a little bit of Abduction, which is this light green shade right here, and I think I'm just going to put it in the crease ever so slightly. Ooh. Okay, that is pretty. That's like another dimension of color. That's really pretty, actually. Alright, so I just finished putting some of Abduction in the crease, and honestly, I am so happy and so ecstatic with how this look is turning out. I'm going to take Flying Saucer, which has a really cool imprint of a flying saucer. I love the cool little pictures that he put in the palette. And just like I expected, it doesn't have like any fallout compared to the other shade because it's washed so hard. I'm just going to put this on the outer edges and hopefully it doesn't look like a complete mess. So you can definitely see it on camera. I'm going to work with it a little bit more and blend it out. So here is what the finished product looks like. I really like it. I haven't worked with greens that much at all before because I don't really own anything that basically primarily focused on the green colors in the palette, and I do really like it. I do like the way it looks, and the last shadow thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take Pluto on a little brush like this and put it in the inner corners and just kind of see how that looks. Okay, yep, that is very pigmented. Alright, so the mascara is on. I'm going to check back in a couple of hours to give you guys my final thoughts just because I want to see how this wears. But before I do that, I'm going to test out the two lip products. So I'm so excited for these. I have been wanting to try the lip ammos and the liquid lip forever. Like ever since he came out with them, I've always wanted to try it out, but I've never really had the chance. So I bought the shade Scandal from the Alien collection. It is so glittery, like oh my gosh, and it's not like the cheap glitter that falls off. Like this is actually in the packaging. Here it is up close. You can really see how glittery and beautiful the packaging is. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply it and see what happens. So my first thought putting it on is that it was super smooth. Like it glided on so nicely and it was really easy, and the applicator was actually really nice for getting it everywhere that it needed to go. As far as the color of this, I really like it. I don't know if it's the best thing that goes with the eye look, but for the sake of the video, this is what I'm going to be wearing. And so let's just do a transfer test really quick. I've had this on for literally about like 45 seconds, so not that long. Okay, no transfer at all. Rubbing my lips together, it feels a little sticky, so I'm kind of surprised that nothing came on the back of my hand, but that's really nice. I'm going to wait for another minute before I try out the lip ammo that I got, which is in the shade Alien Tears. I knew I had to get this when he showed it. First of all, packaging is absolutely gorgeous. If you just look at it, it's literally a white lipstick with little micro glitters in it, so it is really pretty and sparkly. So this is just the shade that's supposed to go on top of everything and make it look a little bit glittery. Oh wow, I hardly even swiped and you can tell a lot of color payoff. This like smells and like tastes a little bit like vanilla extract. Okay, so I just finished putting on the lip ammo. As you can tell, a bunch of color from the liquid lip transferred onto the ammo, which is fine. That's literally what happened to like all lip gloss applicators too. It all transferred on to the applicators. I really do like that this did a lot. I'm not paying like $20 for nothing. You definitely get your money's worth with Alien Tears. I was kind of skeptical a little bit because it's not like a real color, but I really do like this, and I think this was a good idea for his brand. As far as the grittiness is, because there's so much glitter in the actual product, it is a little bit gritty. It's just ever so slightly there, but still feels very comfortable, and I don't think I'm gonna have an issue wearing this. Now let's do a transfer test. I think it might transfer just because putting the lip ammo on top of the liquid lipstick kind of did something to it, but I'm going to just see what happens. Yep, it did transfer, as you can see. I wonder if it will dry down, but I don't think so because the liquid lip by itself dried down so fast, and this has been on for a while and it hasn't dried down yet. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and wear this for a few hours, and then I'll come back and tell you guys what happened and my final thoughts. Alright guys, it has been about 5 hours since I put this all on my face and I am so tired. Let's see. I did a lot of Just Dance, so I was moving around and I got pretty sweaty, and the makeup looks pretty dang good. The only thing that's different is the lips, because I did eat and the mixture of the lip ammo on top of the liquid lipstick did not work well, and it all kind of rubbed off. I kind of rubbed everything off and then just put a new layer of the liquid lip, and then I ate again just to see, and it didn't come off. The Alien palette is pretty good. Honestly, this is one of the best formulas that I have ever tried in any eyeshadow palette, and I'm not just saying that because I'm in love with Jeffree. I just really do enjoy this formula. I think it's amazing. I was skeptical about the dark green, the flying saucer, because it swatched a little weird, but it performed really nicely on the eyes. The only downside I would have to say to this palette is there is a lot of fallout with some of the softer shades, but if fallout isn't a huge issue for you, then you're gonna love this palette. Colors are really cool, really unique. I can guarantee you I don't have a single palette that's like this, so this palette is actually going to be getting a ton of use for me because I'm very interested in the colors and trying out a lot more of the fun colors, and I can already see a lot of things that I can do with this palette. So yes, I do love this palette. There's a ton of good things about this palette, and this is a new favorite for me. The Skin Frost, I do like this a lot. I did put a ton on, like way too much. I would say in the future, and for anyone who's going to be buying a Skin Frost, just make sure that you use a very light hand because a little goes a hell of a long way. And then if I ever bought any more in the future, which I know I will because I really do like the formula, I like how long wearing it is, then I would buy a darker shade because I think the shade is just a little bit too light. And then for the two lip things, the liquid lipstick, I'm in love with this. I'm in love with the color too. He did a really good job with this. I'm definitely going to be purchasing more of these. This is the best liquid lipstick I've ever tried. Again, not saying that because I love Jeffree. I just really think that this is a good formula, and I literally did everything. I've been eating, I've been like grinding my lip together, and it looks amazing. I love this a lot. Now the lip ammo in Alien Tears, I think it's pretty. It gives a good effect to whatever you might be wearing. Is it a must-have? I don't think so. I think it's a cool product to have. Alright guys, that was it for this review. I must say, after filming this, I have so much more respect for anyone who does beauty videos on the internet because this is actually so hard and takes so much time to do. I'm literally gonna have like 2 hours of footage to edit down. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe for a new video every single Sunday. I have loved Jeffree Star for a very long time, and I'm so beyond happy and grateful and thankful that I got to try out some of the stuff because I have been waiting to do this for a long time. Also, I'm so glad that this stuff is actually top-notch, A+, very good formula. You can tell he put a lot of thought and effort and work into making these, and it definitely pays off. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and go now, and I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Bye.